Requesting all our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly take their respective seats. Requesting all our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly take the respective seats. May I once again request all our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to please take the respective seats. requesting all dignitaries on dais to kindly take the respective seats, because as we welcome you in the order of welcome, your names will be flashed on screen. Requesting everyone to please take your respective seats kindly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now that big moment when we are going to invite our industry stalwarts who have joined us specially for the Make in Odisha 3rd edition year 2022. So as I take their names, I will request everyone to please welcome them with a thundering round of applause on behalf of our state of Odisha. So let me take the names. Please do welcome them with a thundering roar of applause. Mr. B.C. Mahanti, Managing Director of Ori Clean Private Limited. Mr. Ajit Kumar Mishra, Chairman of AKM Group. Mr. Sushant Kumar Panda, MD, Jai Bharat Spices Private Limited. Ms. Jyoti Pradhan, CEO, Kurlon Limited. Mr. Jagdish Prasad Naik, Chairman of DN Homes Private Limited. Mr. Pankaj Lochan Mahanti, Director, Wild Lotus Textiles Private Limited. Mr. Purushottam Malani, Managing Director and Founder of Sri Malani Foams Private Limited. Mr. Sarath Kumar Sahu, Managing Director of Ruchi Food Line. Mr. Pradipta Mahanti, Chairman of S&M Group. I can only hear some meek applause from this side. People at the back are not, clapping at all. Let's hear it from the entire crowd here. Mr. Kushal Agarwal, Managing Director from Sarvesh Refractories Private Limited. Mr. Nanda Venkata Rao, Chief Executive Officer from MVM Industries. Mr. Gaurav Atha, promoter of the Atha Group. Ms. Wendy Jo Werner, she's the Country Manager of International Finance Corporation. Ms. Pratibha Mahapatra, Country Head of Adobe India. Mr. Narayan Suresh Krishnan, MD, Paradeep Phosphates Limited. Mr. S.S. Mundra, Chairman of BSc Limited. Mr. Kasaragod Ullas Kamath, Independent Director from Wonderla Amusement Parks and Resort. Mr. Dhruv Kotak, CMD, JM Bakshi. Mr. Ranjit Raj, Chairman and Managing Director, Oil India Limited. Ms. Preeti Bajaj, CEO and Managing Director, Luminous Power Technologies Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple of esteemed guests who will join with Honorable CM, but I will take their name nevertheless during this welcome. Mr. Rajiv Mittal, Director, Aarti Steels Limited. Mr. Parth Jindal, MD, JSW Cements. Mr. Dilip Oomen, CEO, AMNS India. Mr. Rahul Sharma, CEO of Vedanta Limited. Dr. Jupali Ranjit Rao, Chairman, My Home Group. Mr. Satish Pai, Managing Director from Hindalco Industries Limited. Mr. Sashi Shekhar, Vice Chairman of Acme Solar Holding Limited. Mr. Vivek Srivastav, Group CEO from Vari Group. Mr. Alok Roongta, Director of the Roongta Group. Mr. R.K. Behra, Chairman and Founder of RSB Group. Mr. Om Prakash Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, Mahanadi Coalfields Limited. Ms. Soma Mandal, Chairperson of Steel Authority of India Limited. Mr. Rakesh Kumar, Chairman and Managing Director, NLC India Limited. Mr. Deependra Singh, Chairman and Managing Director of Indian Rare Earths Limited. Mr. Nandlal Sharma, Chairman and Managing Director of the Satlaj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. Mr. Arun Chawla, Director General from FICCI. As you're aware, FICCI is our industry partner for this event. Mr. Prashant Ruya, CEO of SR Group. Mr. Atul Dhawan, Chairperson, Deloitte India. Ms. Nivruti Rai, Country Head of Intel India. Mr. Puneet Dalmia, Managing Director of Dalmia Bharat Group. Ms. Vaishali Nigam Sinha, Chief Sustainability, CSR and Communications Officer from Renew Power. Mr. Harshpati Singhania, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of JK Paper Limited. Mr. Karan Adani, CEO of Adani Ports and SEZ Limited. Mr. TV Narendran, CEO and Managing Director of Tata Steel Limited. Mr. Sajan Jindal, Chairman of JSW Group. Shri Anil Agarwal, Chairman of and Founder of the Vedanta Group, who will be joining us. Mr. Lakshmi Mittal, Executive Chairman of ArcelorMittal, will also be joining us, along with our Honorable Chief Minister. Shri Naveen Jindal, Chairman of the Jindal Steel and Power Limited. Mr. Abuday Jindal, Managing Director of Jindal Stainless Limited. Mr. Vineet Mittal, Chairman of Avada Group. Shri Subrakanta Panda, Managing Director INFA and FICCI President-elect. Shri Sridhar Patra, Chairman and Managing Director, National Aluminium Company Limited. Mr. Sanjeev Krishnan, Chairman of PwC India. Mr. Ajay Chaudhary, co-founder HCL and Epic Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now welcome His Excellency's ambassadors who have joined us specially for this event. His Excellency Dr. Shankar Prasad Sharma, Ambassador of Nepal to India. His Excellency Hiroshi Suzuki-san, Ambassador of Japan to India. His Excellency Mr. Hans Jacob Fridolin, Ambassador of Norway to India. Mr. Manfred Oster, Consul General, Consulate of the Federal Republic of Germany in Kolkata. Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, Honorable Minister of Industries, MSME and Energy, Government of Odisha. And last but not least, we have with us Shri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha. Once again, let's have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all the esteemed dignitaries who have joined us for this event. A very warm welcome to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, such a galaxy of stars descending on Odisha, I'm sure the economic development horizon of our state can't get brighter. With these words, we await the arrival of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, any moment from now. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shri Anil Agarwal, Chairman and Founder of Vedanta Resources Limited. Request dignitaries on stage to please take your seats. We are told CM is now about to join us. Requesting dignitaries on stage to please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the man who is parsimonious with his words and lets his actions speak louder for itself. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik. It was his idea in the year 2016 which has germinated in such a magnum opus named Make in Odisha, and this is the third edition, Make in Odisha Conclave 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, our most beloved Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now commence the formal proceedings of the plenary session. May I firstly request Sri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, and requesting him to kindly deliver his welcome address.
Honorable Chief Minister, sir, Honorable Minister, Industries, MSME and Energy, His Excellency Ambassadors, distinguished guests on the dais, invited guests, my colleagues who are present here, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to Make in Odisha Conclave 2022. It's a proud privilege for me to extend a warm greetings on behalf of the people of Odisha to this August gathering. I would like to welcome His Excellency Ambassador of Japan to India, His Excellency Ambassador of Norway to India, His Excellency Ambassador of Nepal to India, and all the esteemed international guests from Germany, Australia, Bangladesh, China, Israel, Indonesia, Singapore, and Thailand for gracing this occasion. I would also like to welcome all the industry captains who have graced the occasion to partner with us in envisioning a new Odisha. In 2016, in the first edition of Make in Odisha Conclave, a humble beginning was made to showcase the opportunities offered by Odisha and to provide a platform for industry leaders in India and across the world to discuss a roadmap for industrial development in coming years. It was a roaring success that saw a footfall of over 18,500. During the event, the state received over 120 investment value at over more than 2 lakh crore rupees. In 2018, we hosted the second edition, which raised the bar even higher. We received a footfall of over 45,000 and received investment intents valued at over more than 4 lakh crore rupees. With Make in Odisha 2022, which is being held after 4 years, we are hoping to raise the bar even higher and ensure that it's a grand success. And for that, we need your support and cooperation. The Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 will have 8 business leadership talks on various subjects including green energy, chemicals and petrochemicals, mining, modern age logistics, and many more. The business leadership talks will be an opportunity for this audience to know more about a sector from the sectoral experts. The conclave will also host 5 thematic sessions on Startup Odisha, Skilled in Odisha, Women SSGs, transformation of school education in Odisha, and opportunities in metal downstream sector in Odisha. From tomorrow, we shall be having 20 sectoral sessions spread over the next 2 days. From mining, metallurgy to chemicals, petrochemicals and plastics, to textiles and apparel and tourism, the sectoral sessions will give a glimpse of the various opportunities Odisha offers in the respective sectors. In the evenings, we'll be having cultural events which will provide all of you with a great atmosphere to enjoy. Yesterday, Honorable Chief Minister also inaugurated the Make in Odisha Expo, which has seen an unprecedented response this time from the exhibitors. I would urge all the dignitaries present here to kindly visit the MIO Expo halls and see the wide range of display. The idea behind this biennial flagship summit is to showcase the vast existing and emerging opportunities in the state and to present an attractive proposition to the investor community. We have the vision to become the investment destination of choice in the country as well as globally. We have a highly progressive industrial policy and have developed state-of-the-art infrastructure. The state has also put in place a user-friendly single-window system that ensures hassle-free and prompt online approvals for the projects. This system and many such initiatives are helping Odisha become the most preferred destination of projects in India. The Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 is a platform that brings all the stakeholders together. Odisha government understands that in order to attract investors, we need to build a conducive business ecosystem. We have brought in progressive policies, quality infrastructure, dedicated parks, plug-and-play facilities, etc. We have also laid special emphasis on skilling. Today, Skilled in Odisha has become a brand. Through the Make in Odisha Conclave 2022, we want to build new relationships and strengthen our old relationships with all of you. We want you all to be a partner in Odisha's growth story. Once again, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you. Welcome to Make in Odisha Conclave 2022. Thank you. Namaskar. Vande Utkal Janani.
Thank you, Shri Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, for your overview of the event. Ladies and gentlemen, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, Odisha has been growing faster than the national average and has achieved remarkable progress. The government of Odisha has been committedly
working towards the development of the state by implementing innovative schemes and programs. The persistent efforts have resulted in the fact that real development has reached the bottom of the pyramid. Let us now watch a short video on the socio-economic developments in Odisha. Can we play the video, please?
I welcome you to Odisha. Come to be one with the unstoppable force. Come join the juggernaut.
You could see the stupendous success story of Odisha. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on, I would like to request Shri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary Industries, Skill Development and Technical Education, and also the Chairman of APICOL and IDCO, to kindly enlighten us on what we have achieved since the last MIO and about the future course of action. Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you like the video? Can we have a round of applause, please? The last part of this hall, the last audience, but the best audience, we did not hear your applause. Can we have an applause from the last part of the hall, please? And the front of the audience, are you happy that Honorable Chief Minister is there and the galaxy of Indian business is there? Can we have a round of applause for them, please? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll take you through a long, detailed presentation about what Odisha has to offer to all of you. But before I do that, let me try and decipher this one sentence for you. The theme of the video was "Come, join the juggernaut." But what is this juggernaut? And why should you come and join this juggernaut? And if you want to join the juggernaut, how will you join the juggernaut? This is what I am going to tell you in the next 15 minutes. But first, what is this juggernaut? We in Odisha know it as a social, cultural legacy construct. But for trade, commerce and business, what is this juggernaut? Juggernaut means unstoppable force. But what is this force? What is this unstable force? The first element of this force, ladies and gentlemen, is our Honorable Chief Minister, who has been leading the state for 22 plus years. He must have done something for the people of Odisha, something positive. In an intensely contested democratic framework, a leader is being elected again and again and again. And he is being adjudged as the best chief minister in the country in survey after survey. He must have done something for the people of Odisha. This political stability is the first pillar of our strength. This stability gives us what is called policy certainty, what investors, people like you, are looking forward to. Our policies are not cast in stone. They are responsive. They are positive. We respond to your requirements. But we have no policy flip-flops. We have no U-turns, unlike what you see in most parts of the country today. This is our contrast. This is what distinguishes us. And this pro-people governance is what has led to strong wave of economic growth in Odisha. We are one of the fastest growing economies in India. We have grown faster than the national average consistently. All of us suffered due to COVID, but the post-COVID recovery in Odisha has been one of the best that has been witnessed. So political stability gives us economic growth. And this economic growth gives us what is called financial strength. We are a state with one of the lowest fiscal deficits amongst Indian states. Since enactment of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, there has not been a single year, single occasion where Odisha has defaulted in the FRBM responsibilities. This financial strength is reflected in our state budget, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what we have spent in the last 20 years. In the year 2000, our state budget was 18,516 crore. In the current financial year, it is 2 lakh crore. This is the unstoppable force, the juggernaut. But what happens after financial stability? What is this financial strength put to use for? This financial strength is used to secure the future of Odisha. It is not frittered away. It is used to transform Odisha. Our 5T mantra of governance: technology, transparency, teamwork, time leading to transformation is where all this financial strength of Odisha is used for, to secure the future of Odisha. Look at agriculture, investments in irrigation, investment in inputs to farmers. Health, we run today one of the most successful state-sponsored health assurance schemes in the country called Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana. Every family belonging to a particular category is assured of health care anywhere in the country, whatever be the nature and kind of treatment. Infrastructure, all our public health centers, colleges are being put up across the state. Education, our high schools have been transformed under the 5T transformation program. Not 100 or 200, but all the high schools have been transformed. New laboratories, new modern smart classrooms, new electronic libraries, and all the facilities which a modern school can offer is available in our high schools in rural areas, interior parts of Odisha. Skilled in Odisha. Our ITIs look good. They produce the talent which you need. In terms of infrastructure, we are the state which started the process of providing 50% contribution to Government of India in all railway projects which are there in Odisha, all highway projects, ports, airports, water and power. The in-stream storage structure scheme which we run takes water to all villages in the state and provides new sources of water for drinking water, for agriculture, and for also industrial use. Each and every village, each and every household in Odisha has electricity. In the year 2010, we had 500 numbers of primary substations. Today we have 1,500 number of primary substations. That is how we have secured the future of Odisha from our financial strength. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is political stability which leads to economic growth which leads to financial strength, and financial strength is used to secure the future of Odisha. Odisha today is a land of peace and prosperity. That is why we call it unstoppable force, and that is the juggernaut which we talk of, and that is why we are asking you to come and join the juggernaut. But how do you join? How do you join the juggernaut, and why should you join the juggernaut? We are a land of mineral resources. Lord has blessed us with all the minerals that humankind needs. The Gazetteer of Odisha, which was brought out by the British government, says that every mineral important to mankind is mined in Odisha. We are number one is iron ore, bauxite, manganese, chrome, nickel, very large deposits of coal, and most importantly for today's changing world, we have vast deposits of rare earths which are required for a changing, transformed electronic digital economy. Look at this map of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. We are blessed that these resources are spread throughout the state. So we have on top the iron ore belt, and on the bottom the bauxite belt, and in the middle we have the chromite and the coal belt. But we have not rested there. Because of the policies of Honorable Chief Minister from this year 2000, the policy of value addition. Today we are not only the largest producer of iron ore, we are the largest producer of steel, largest producer of stainless steel, largest producer of alumina, largest producer of aluminium, thanks to people who are all sitting here in front of you. That is why we are the juggernaut. In the year 2000, we had one steel plant, 2 million tons of capacity. Today we have 12 large steel plants with 33 million tons of capacity, which will become 133 million tons by the year 2030, thanks to people who are sitting here, Mr. Mittal, Mr. Jindal, Mr. Naveen Jindal, and all the other galaxies who are present here. They are setting up large steel plants. World's largest steel plant is being set up by Mr. Naveen Jindal at Angul. A very large steel plant is being set up by JSW Sajjan Jindal at Paradip. A very large steel plant is being set up by Mr. Mittal at Paradip as well as Kendrapada. We already have largest plants of aluminium by the Aditya Birla Group and very large plants by the Vedanta Group, which is represented by Mr. Anil Agarwal here. But what next? This opens new opportunities for people like you in mining and metallurgy. As new and more mines get opened up, there are needs for beneficiation, mining equipment, logistics, services, and smart tech in mining. This is new business for people like you. That is why you should join the juggernaut. In metallurgy, the ancillary units which are required for serving such a large steel and aluminum and cement complex are immense. 1 ton of making steel requires 4 tons of material to be moved, but it requires 36 chemicals, and so also for alumina and aluminum. 18% of the specialty chemicals required for this metallurgical complex today are imported from one single country. I do not wish to name that country, and you can imagine the kind of business which people like you can do to service this large metallurgical complex. Specialty steel which is not made in India today, CRGOs and others, higher grades of steel. Now Government of India is coming up with a policy of production-linked incentive, and I request all the steel stalwarts here, we have the best case for specialty steel production in India, downstream products of metal and decarbonization. As the national targets for decarbonization trigger in, this metallurgical complex would provide the best business case for green hydrogen, green ammonia and other decarbonization technologies. This is what the business case of Odisha is. We are also emerging as leaders in chemicals, petrochemicals, in plastic sector. At Paradip, we have India's first petroleum, chemicals and petrochemicals investment region, 284 square kilometers, more than 18,000 hectares of area, anchored by Indian Oil Corporation refinery, PTA, MEG plants coming up, polypropylene already available, and a naphtha cracker is in the offing. This provides opportunities in plastics, chemicals, pigments, and varnishes. Also paints. We are very happy to inform the Honorable Chief Minister that today, people in these segments have already discovered Odisha. So we have VCI Chemicals today from Kanpur. We have Silox from Belgium. We have other chemical manufacturing units today who would be signing the agreements with us. We also have Iron Exchange who has come all the way from Maharashtra to sign an MOU with us today for chemicals and this segment of industry. Look at this location of Paradip PCPIR, very close to the Paradip port, very close to the national highway, from 5 acres to 500 acres, ready to move in land parcels. We are also emerging as leaders in textiles, technical textiles and apparel. Again, our strength is our skilled workers in this segment. So we have already attracted Aditya Birla Fashion Retail, Page Industries, that is Jockey, Shahi Exports, Wild Lotus, Wild Republic, Cotton World, SAPL and Ambattur, and many more would be exchanging the MOUs today with us. Look at this map of Odisha and see how we have positioned our offering for textiles and technical textiles. Very close to the national highway, very close to the port, at Textile Park Dhamra, at Technical Textile Park Bhadrak, and the Cuttack Bhubaneswar Textiles Cluster. We have more than 1,000 acres of ready to move and land, and with the best possible infrastructure. In IT, ITES, ESDM and data centers, we have already made a strong beginning, and you have galaxies of stars today in this audience from this segment. While we already had marquee companies like TCS, Infosys, Mindtree, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Capgemini, but today we are honored to have IBM, we are honored to have Deloitte, we are also honored to have happiest minds amongst us here today who have just started their new developments. Again, look at this map of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. Our offering is around Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, and we have more than 1,000 acres of land ready to move in. For IT and ITS, we have already made a mark, and for electronics, we have one of the best policies. And we know that for this segment of industry, being close to the state capital region is extremely important. Now, I would like to attract the attention of the entire House to this most important part of our offering. Look at this map of India, ladies and gentlemen, and see where Odisha is structured here. This is eastern and northeast India. Telangana, Andhra, Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Assam, and the entire northeast. This region constitutes 45 crores of India's population and is one of the fastest growing markets in India today. North India, West India and South India have already grown. They are growing, they will continue to grow, but this is the region which is growing at the fastest rate. Why? Because of what is called marginal propensity to consume, which means that in North, South and West India, if a family starts earning 10,000 rupees more, they are likely to save that amount. They will invest in mutual funds, they will invest in shares, they will invest in stocks, or they will just keep that money with them. But in this part of the country, the marginal propensity to consume is high, which means that for every 10,000 rupees a family earns extra, they will spend this money. They will buy houses, they will buy washing machines, they will buy air conditioners, they will buy vehicles, they will buy all consumption items. Therefore, this is the fastest growing market. It's a growing market demand and low entry barriers. For every product category, this area today represents one of the most important opportunities for every class of product, whether it is a garment or a washing machine or a steel pipe or an aluminum pipe, aluminum wire rods, conductors, you name it, every product category sells here. And again, if in this category, if in this area, if some business or a industry wants to set up, where will they go? Will they go to Bihar or Odisha? Will they go to West Bengal or Odisha? Will you go to Chhattisgarh or Odisha? Will you go to Assam or Odisha? Odisha's positioning in this market is one of the best possibilities of starting new businesses in even existing product and service areas. Today, aluminium and steel travels from Odisha to West India. And every company spends about 10,000 rupees per ton in hauling the steel from Angul or from Kalinganagar to Pune, 10,000 rupees. They convert it into steel pipe or they convert it into other items, and to service this market, they bring it back all the way, again spending another 10,000 rupees per ton. For a product which sells at 1 lakh rupees per ton, 20,000 rupees per ton is the extra margin, the pricing power which can come just by locating your plants in this. And people who are sitting in this hall have already discovered it. There is the Apar Conductors, Mr. Chaitanya Desai, who used to take metal from Angul to Maharashtra in Thane, and now has set up a plant very close to Vedanta Aluminium. He just takes molten metal, converts it into conductors and sells in this region, has an extra margin of 20,000 rupees per ton. This is the opportunity in Odisha and nowhere else. Now, if you were to join the juggernaut, how do we enable your joining it? This is how we have structured. First, look at the positioning of ports. We have a 480 kilometers long coastline. Top north, you would find Suvarnrekha port, which is being done by the Tata Group. Then come down Dhamra port, a state government port now being run by the Adani Group. Down further below, Paradip port, which is a government port, one of the largest ports in India today. And further below, Gopalpur port, a state government port, which is run by the Shapurji Palinji Group. On all these port locations, we have thousands of acres of land for people like you. People like you, you can just move in 5 acres to 500 acres and start doing your industrial activities very early. Further, this is the National Highway 16, which connects Kolkata with Chennai. Look how we have positioned industrial lands availability along this. Up, we have the Baleshwar Industrial Estate, 500 acres. Further below, Naraj, Katak, another 1,000 acres. Info Valley, Bhubaneswar, 1,000 acres. And Khurda land parcels, 1,000 acres. Very close to the National Highway 16, whether it is textiles, chemicals, IT, electronics, data center, any product category, this is a golden opportunity. Further, going to Western Odisha. Along the Western Odisha, we have set up the Biju Expressway, 400 kilometers of development, 4-lane road already complete, and 9 nodes, 9 locations where we have 4,000 acres of land available in what is called the Biju Economic Corridor. Further, to connect this west portion with the coastal portion, we have set up the east-west corridor. Come to Kalinganagar, 1,000 acres, Kamakhya-nagar, 1,200 acres, Dhenkanal, 1,000 acres, Sambalpur, 2,000 acres of industrially converted land. This is how we have positioned our state. This is the leadership which our Honorable Chief Minister provides us. This is the planning which makes us the juggernaut. So this 2 airports, the Bhubaneswar International Airport and on the western side, the Jharsuguda Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, when the Bhubaneswar Airport started in 1990s, it started with 1 flight. It took 6 years for it to go from 1 flight per day to 6 flights per day. Jharsuguda Airport started in April 2019. It took 6 months to go from 1 flight per day to 9 flights per day. Why? Because if you draw a circle with Jharsuguda at the center, a 50-kilometer circle, you have world's most dense, the density of manufacturing of steel, aluminium, alumina, thanks to Mr. Anil Agarwal, thanks to Mr. Jindal, thanks to the Birlas. And today, does any one of you know where is the longest industrial shed in the world? No guesses, because it is at Jharsuguda. 10.5 kilometers of one single shed set up by Mr. Anil Agarwal of Vedanta, that is his smelter, world's longest industrial shed. No wonder that today Western Odisha and Jharsuguda constitutes one of the best investment locations in the country. Now, when we have the land, what is our commitment? This is our commitment, ladies and gentlemen. 30 acres in 30 days, 50 acres in 50 days, 100 acres in 100 days, with water, power and connectivity at your factory gate. In case you feel that the land needs further development and more electricity, more water, we will bring this electricity and water at our cost. You thereafter pay for this land. This is our commitment on land. Best-in-class industrial facilitation, single window system. Our single window system provides 54 clearances from 18 departments. And I need not prove it. The evidence is before you in this photograph. This is my photograph receiving the National E-Governance Award from Government of India for this single window system. We used to take 412 days in 2014. Today we take 19 days to provide single window clearance. Highly competitive cost of doing business, whether it is land, water, power, reduced cost of logistics because the way we have planned our infrastructure, which you just saw, and a highly skilled workforce. We were recently in Punjab, in Ludhiana. Mr. Mittal, Rajiv Mittal from Aarti Steel, he had facilitated our visit. I was making a presentation of this kind. There was a question from the audience. And the question was, Mr. Sharma, how many days there is a power holiday in a week? So I had no answer because I had never heard this word power holiday. What is a power holiday in Odisha? We do not know. In Punjab, the government promises electricity to industry at ₹5 per unit, but only for 4 days in a week. And 3 days it is called power holiday. Industries cannot have a holiday even if there is no power. They run DG sets and spend ₹30 per unit on electricity. We were recently in Maharashtra along with the Honorable Chief Minister in Mumbai, and a company came and asked us that why don't you give us discount on electricity tariff? I asked them, what is the electricity tariff which you pay in Mumbai? They say we pay ₹12 per unit. I said our electricity rates for industry today is less than half of what you are paying in Maharashtra, and on top of that it is available 24/7. This is our offering. Highly skilled workforce. Skilled in Odisha. We represent 4% of India's population. Recently, Government of India released the list of top 100 ITIs in the country. And 11 of our Odisha's ITIs are there. We represent only 4% of India's population, but 11% of best ITIs in India are today in Odisha. Recently, the All India Trade Test for ITI students results were announced. In the top 20, 14 students are from Odisha. That is what we have invested in skilling. Till date, India in World Skills Competition has earned only 3 medals. Only 3, ladies and gentlemen, till date. Gold came to Odisha, silver came to Odisha, bronze went to Kerala. Out of 3, 2 medals only Odisha has brought in World Skills Competition. Ready to employ workforce. Today, whether you go to Mysore or Hosur, Coimbatore or Turipur, Pune or Pimpri Chindwad, Ludhiana or Jalandhar, Hyderabad or Noida, Kolkata or Jamshedpur, the most productive, the most disciplined, and the most skilled workers are from Odisha. When you bring your investments to Odisha, it is a win-win for both. Your cost of labor goes down, their standard of living and quality of life goes up. Because in Odisha, the quality of life is much better as compared to most other states. Now I would come to the new industrial policy. What is it that we offer to you? We have, under the guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister, we have made a very conscious shift from capital-intensive and less employment-intensive industries towards employment-intensive industries. Our new IPR, Industrial Policy Resolution, which becomes effective today, categorizes priority sectors and thrust sectors the way they are presented here: ancillary and downstream in metal, agro, food and seafood processing, IT, ITS, specialty steel. I would invite the attention of Naveen Jindal ji, Sajjan Jindal ji, and also Mr. Narendran. We are the only state which categorizes specialty steel as a priority sector, and what that means, I'll just come to you. Similarly, for thrust sectors, green energy, green hydrogen, green ammonia, textiles and apparel, biotechnology, and pharmaceuticals. Honorable Chief Minister, sir, I am proud to announce before you today that we have already made a beginning starting from today on this. In biotechnology, Bharat Biotech and Sapigen, along with Glaxo, the Belgian company Glaxo, are today signing an MOU to set up the world's largest malaria vaccine manufacturing plant. In pharmaceuticals, I am proud to announce before the Honorable Chief Minister that we have Cadila present here today. The gentleman is sitting in front of you, sir, and he would be signing the MOU for the first large pharmaceutical plant in Odisha. And for each of these sectors, whether it is green energy equipment, Wari is here, whether it is green hydrogen and ammonia, the top three producers, Acme, Avada, are all here represented by their management, and who would be announcing their plans here today before you. So we have already made this beginning. This is a new category, and I would request the audience, both on the stage and off the stage, to take notice of this. Priority sector is any industry, non-mineral industry, employing more than 200 people is deemed priority. Whatever you produce, wherever you produce, you are priority. Thrust sector, any industry which employs more than 1,000 people anywhere in Odisha is deemed thrust. And for Western Odisha, in the Biju Economic Corridor, any industrial unit, irrespective of category, irrespective of product, is deemed thrust sector, which means a capital investment subsidy of 20% to 30% without any upper cap. That means you spend 100 crores, you get 30 crores. You spend 1,000 crores, you get 300 crores. You spend 10,000 crores, you get 3,000 crores. You spend 1 lakh crore, you get 30,000 crores from the government of Odisha. Rupees 2 per unit discount on electricity, 100% exemption on electricity duty, and reimbursement of many other costs. The best industrial policy till today in the country. No state can match it. Why no state can match it? Is because of certain reasons. I'll inform you. Green hydrogen, green ammonia, and I would request Acme, Avada, Renew Power, and Wari to kindly take note of this. This is what Honorable Chief Minister had committed to you during meetings, and we are delivering it today to you. 30% capital investment subsidy, rupees 3 per unit discount on power tariff, and 100% exemption from trace transmission charges. No cross-subsidy surcharge, subject to the approval of OERC. The best policy in the country today. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not all. Policies states can match. Today we have announced something, tomorrow some other state. This nobody can match. We deliver what we commit, thanks to the Honorable Chief Minister. He gave us only one mantra. He said, Mr. Sharma, if we can afford 100 rupees, do not promise 101. And once you have promised 100 rupees, ensure that you deliver 100 and not 99. This is our commitment. We deliver what we commit. Look at this logo, ladies and gentlemen. This is in Odia. It is called Mo Sarkar. Honorable Chief Minister makes 20 calls every day to people like you. And what does he ask them? It is done on a randomly generated telephone number system. It is a highly automated technology solution. He makes 20 calls every day to people like you, and he asks them 4 or 5 questions. Were you addressed with respect in any government office? Was the behavior of the officer who dealt with you appropriate? Did anybody ask any illegal gratification? And was there delaying, time wastage tactics in any office? And people like you are free to respond to the Honorable Chief Minister. This feedback is logged into a system, and in case of any adverse report, all hell breaks loose. And I do not wish to cite those examples here. However, Honorable CM makes these calls from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. every day, and if there is any adverse report about an office or an officer, by 5 p.m. that officer is out. And most importantly, in case of favorable reports, good reports, there are people, government officers in this hall who have earned advance increments and advance fast-track promotions. This is how this system works. More importantly, I wish to make this point quite clear to all of you. As I mentioned, we are a financially secure state. Many states can offer even higher incentives to you, but you should ask, will they be able to pay? I request you, don't believe a word of what I'm saying. Go to Reserve Bank of India website right now. Look at the state of states finances report. In the last 15 years, Odisha is the only state which has not drawn 1 day's ways and means advance. There is no other state. How will states? A state can promise you 40% capital investment subsidy, but is not able to pay the salary of its employees, not able to pay the electricity bills of NTPC, not able to pay the coal dues of Mahanadi Coal Limited in Odisha. We used to sell from Odisha a lot of power to many of these progressive states. They have not paid thousands of crores is outstanding on them. Please ask yourself, promises can be delivered upon only by a politically stable, socially conscious, and a financially strong state like Odisha. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, transformed Odisha is the juggernaut. For people like you, for people like on the stage, transformed Odisha is the juggernaut. Why? Because it is a land of peace and prosperity. Therefore, you should join the juggernaut to invest in Odisha, to invest in future. That is why we ask you to call and come join the juggernaut. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shri Sharma, for that in-depth presentation and sharing why Odisha is so advantageous in terms of investment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us the stalwarts of Indian industry on the dais with us, and it is an absolute privilege to hear their experiences in Odisha and their thoughts on the future industrial development in the state. As you're aware, since we have a plethora of stalwarts and we are all eager to hear many of them, it is my humble and sincere request to our speakers to kindly keep your comments very brief, up to 3 to 4 minutes each, due to paucity of time. So we begin with our first speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, he's known across the world as a man with a magic wand for revival and resuscitation of steel making around the world. As the executive chairman of ArcelorMittal, Lakshmi Nivas Mittal is the second largest steel producer in the world. With his joint venture with Nippon Steel, Shri Mittal is putting up a 24 million tons per annum unit in Odisha, and I request him to kindly address us.
Good morning, everyone. My dear Honorable Chief Minister, ministers, dignitaries, and my industry captains. It is my great pleasure to be here on making Odisha conclave. My congratulations to Chief Minister and his team for having such a wonderful gathering of all the audiences here and all the industry captains here. My congratulations to Mr. Mahapatra and Mr. Hiren Sharma for such a powerful and appealing speech and the messages what they have given. Normally I hear these kind of speeches from politicians, but this is the first time we hear these speeches from the bureaucrats. I must say that all the messages what they have conveyed, my dear Chief Minister, that they are very convincing, very appealing, and under your leadership, this state has a great future. I must say that I have got great experience working with Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, and I can say that when we heard from Mr. Sharma and Mahapatra about the speed of decisions, I have one very important anecdote. In last year, 21, I was having a meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister, and we discussed about our potential investment in Kendrapara, the constituency of late Biju Patnaik, and we had spent some time discussing. Then suddenly the idea developed that we should sign memorandum of understanding of our discussion for potential plant in Kendrapara. It was around midday, like the same time, and Chief Minister decided that we should sign that MOU at 2 p.m. I thought it was just a joke, but I must say that within 2 hours, we could sign MOU with this Odisha government. So this is the speed. We hear from a lot of people, a lot of states, but this is the speed I have not seen anywhere in the world even. I have a great privilege of knowing not only Mr. Naveen Patnaik, but also his late father, Mr. Biju Patnaik. Perhaps only few of you may know that I had the privilege of getting my Indonesian plant in Surabaya inaugurated by the late Biju Patnaik as Minister of Steel in 1978. At that time, I could not have even dreamed that I would be sitting with the able Chief Minister today and signing the agreement to invest more in Odisha. So thank you very much, and I have a great admiration for Chief Minister. I got a lot of messages from Mr. Sharma and Mahapatra about Odisha, about Jagannath, about all the privileges, incentives, the potential, the reach, the infrastructure, and the richness of this state. Second, I also learned this morning that this is one of the most financially strong state in the country where really there is no deficit. And you really find only very few states in India which are financially so strong. So it all goes to the leadership of the Mr. Patnaik and the bureaucracies and all the ministers in the state. To acknowledge that we like this state, we have decided to invest in steel plants in Kendrapara and in Paradeep. We already have investments in mining area, we have beneficiation pellet plant, but that naturally leads to creating value through making steel in this state. Perhaps some of you already know that ArcelorMittal has the most leading technologies in steel in the world. We have one of the largest research and development facilities We supply steel to all the most complicated and complex application of steel. And what we heard that we will like to bring those technologies to this state as well. So we are not only going to produce steel, but we are also going to bring technologies which is very much required for the future sustainability and climate change. So I'm very proud, very happy that we are endorsing the vision of this state by signing some of the MOUs today. And as it is in my various meetings this morning, I could see that all the government machineries have already started working even before we have signed the MOU, which shows that the government is very active, very pro-business, very business-friendly. So these will all support for future growth and investment in this state. So thank you very much, and congratulations to the Chief Minister, and wish you all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Lakshmi Nivas Mittal, for your kind and encouraging words. From apparel to metal to finance to telecom to chemicals and textiles, the Aditya Birla Group straddles 36 countries with over 140,000 employees from over 100 nationalities. The group is one of the largest producers of cement, carbon black and flat-rolled aluminum in the world. The Aditya Birla Group is an important partner towards the industrial development of Odisha and has manufacturing units across the state, from apparel to aluminum, from chemicals to renewable energy. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now invite Shri Satish Pai, MD Hindalco, and present Honorable Chief Minister, requesting him to inaugurate the Ultratech Cement Cuttack unit, which is ready for the commercial production. Requesting Honorable Chief Minister to kindly inaugurate the project. Thank you. The Vedanta Group is one of the world's leading natural resources company, and today we are extremely privileged to have Shri Anil Agarwal, founder and chairman, Vedanta Resources, with us. Under his leadership, Vedanta has grown from an Indian domestic miner into a global natural resources behemoth with entities listed across markets. Vedanta already has alumina refinery unit at Lanjigarh in Kodahandi and a smelter in Jharsuguda. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are to witness history with the foundation stone laying of the Vedanta Aluminium Park at Jharsuguda by Honorable Chief Minister. May I request Shri Anil Agarwal to kindly join our Honorable Chief Minister to conduct the groundbreaking for the project. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. May I please invite Shri Anil Agarwal to kindly address us.
It's my privilege, Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu, all the Minister of the Odisha, सारे अधिकारीगण, जब मैंने उड़ीसा में काम चालू किया, बीजू बाबू से मिला, अभी भी याद है, पीले रंग की कोठी थी, उनकी बहुत इच्छा थी कि कालाहांडी में कुछ काम करो, लेकिन उन्होंने कहा कि आपने जगन्नाथ जी के दर्शन किए कि नहीं किए। मैंने कहा मैं जाता हूँ, बोले वहाँ से आशीर्वाद मिलेगा। तो जगन्नाथ जी, बलदेव जी, सुभद्रा जी, लेडी सुभद्रा, उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हमारे नवीन बाबू चीफ मिनिस्टर, उनके कार्यकाल में 22 सालों से मैं देख रहा हूँ कि जिस तरह की उन्नति, जिस तरह की प्रोग्रेस, और डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं से कोई ना कोई, जो हम लोगों को कोई छोटा मोटा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं था, 80,000 करोड़ रुपए लगाने थे, पैसे की कमी थी, जगह की कमी थी, टेक्नोलॉजी की कमी थी, आदमियों की कमी थी, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं से एक आदमी इतना स्ट्रांग पीछे हमारे खड़ा था, जिसकी वजह से ये हमने प्रोजेक्ट लगाए। और बहुत खुशी की बात है, ये मैं कह सकता हूँ कि दुनिया में लोग नहीं चाहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान तरक्की करे। हिंदुस्तान एक इम्पोर्टर बन के रहे, लेकिन उड़ीसा ने उसको टर्न किया। हर एरिया में उन्होंने पूरी, मैंने देखा है जो बदलाव बीजू बाबू की लेगेसी में जो नवीन बाबू ने किया, वो अनमैचेबल है। उड़ीसा में आज मैं देखता हूं कि क्या नहीं है। आप हर तरह से देखेंगे तो जैसे उन्होंने बताया, सरप्लस, हमारे सारे आज उद्योगपति, हमारे जो हमारे सबसे खास दोस्त हैं, सज्जन जी, नवीन बाबू, नवीन जिंदल, हमारे एलन मित्तल, हमारे सीमेंट वाले सारे लोग यहाँ पे हैं। सारे लोग, मैं सभी देशों, 2-3 स्टेट में गया हूँ, सारे स्टेट आज बुला रहे हैं लोगों को, लेकिन इतना उत्साह, इतनी भीड़ मैंने और कहीं स्टेट में नहीं देखी। आप देखिए तो उड़ीसा में मैं 2-4 चीज लिख के भी लाया। नवीन बाबू की वजह से एक जो खुशहाली है, लोगों में ट्रस्ट है, एक कॉमन आदमी, उसको विश्वास है, उसको उसका भय खत्म हुआ है। वो आज़ादी से हमारी औरतें उड़ीसा की, हमारे बच्चे, उनको मालूम है कि नवीन बाबू बैठे हुए हैं, हम उनकी देखरेख में हैं, हमको कोई एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं कर सकता है, हमारा कोई शोषण नहीं कर सकता है, वो उड़ीसा में है। यहाँ की लेडीज, जितना उनको संरक्षण मिला है, जो वो आगे आई हैं, वो हमने सुना, ये आपका जो शक्ति प्रोग्राम हुआ है, जिसमें कि महिलाओं को सबसे आगे किया गया, वो भी सारे हिंदुस्तान में इसकी चर्चाएं हो रही हैं। हमारी इच्छा थी कि हरदम कोई भी काम करो तो उसमें सब लोगों को साथ में लेके चलो। मैं तो आप लोगों के जैसा ही हूँ, आपसे भी छोटा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे को अभी भी याद है 15-16 साल की उम्र में मैं बिहार का लड़का हूँ। एल्युमिनियम लेने रेणुकूट जाते थे शेयर टैक्सी में बाबूजी के साथ में, और एक ही सपना था कि एक दिन रेणुकूट जैसी फैक्ट्री हम भी लगाएंगे, और वो आप सब लोगों को लगानी है। हमारे टाइम में तो बहुत डिफिकल्टी थी। आज के टाइम में उड़ीसा ऐसी जगह है जहां आपका सपना साकार हो सकता है। एल्युमिनियम पार्क बनाने की एक ही इच्छा थी। आज सब चीजें कन्वर्ट हो रही हैं, चाहे वो वैगन हो, हमारे स्टील वाले लोग बैठे हुए हैं, उनको थोड़ा खराब लगेगा, लेकिन ये बात सही है कि स्टील की वैगन जो हैं वो एल्युमिनियम में कन्वर्ट हो रही हैं। हमारे जो कार में जो पार्ट्स लगते हैं, 33 पार्ट्स लगते हैं, वो सारे एल्युमिनियम में कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं। तो एक ये इच्छा थी कि एक हम खुद डाउन स्ट्रीम लगाएं, या हम लोगों को आह्वान करें कि लोग आप यहाँ आके एल्युमिनियम पार्क बने। और हमारे नवीन बाबू ने हमारा इतना सहयोग दिया आप लोगों के लिए, जिसमें कि वहाँ पे सैकड़ों इंडस्ट्री लग सकें, जहाँ मोल्टन मेटल हम दें, और ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर में, रेलवे में, कंस्ट्रक्शन में, एयरप्लेन बनाने में, हर जगह एल्युमिनियम लग रहा है। उसकी आप लोग पता करें और ये एल्युमिनियम पार्क हम इस्टेब्लिश करें, जिसमें आप लोग आके देखें, और उसमें सब चीज़ रेडीली अवेलेबल है, लैंड अवेलेबल है, पावर अवेलेबल है, एल्युमिनियम अवेलेबल है। आपको टेक्नोलॉजी अच्छी लानी पड़ेगी, जिससे कि हमारी जो क्वालिटी है, जो ऑटोमोबाइल वाले हैं, चाहे कंस्ट्रक्शन वाले हैं, चाहे एरोस्पेस वाले हैं, उनको क्वालिटी अच्छी मिले। हमारे आज उड़ीसा में आप देखिए क्या नहीं है। मैं टीवी खोल के देखता हूं तो स्पोर्ट्स में सबसे आगे हैं, सबसे आगे हैं। नवीन बाबू ने अपना दिल लगा के उसमें काम किया है, सज्जन जी ने उनमें साथ दिया है। देख रहे हैं कि उसमें हॉकी में सबसे आगे हैं, स्पोर्ट्स में उड़ीसा सबसे आगे जाएगा। सबसे अच्छे गोल्ड मेडल्स लिए हैं, सबसे अच्छे उन्होंने पदक लिए हैं। आप डांस देख लीजिए, आप ड्रामा देख लीजिए, सिंगिंग देख लीजिए, स्कल्पचर बनाना देख लीजिए, सब हमारे उड़ीसा में है। जो हम बात करते हैं कि मेन स्ट्रीम से दूसरे स्ट्रीम में लोगों को रोजगार मिले, वो उड़ीसा में पॉसिबल है। सारे प्रोमिनेंट लोग ऑल्सो दुनिया के काफ़ी लोग उड़ीसा में हैं। टाइम कम है। अभी हम लोगों ने यूएस सेक्रेटरी के साथ एक मीटिंग थी इकोनॉमिक फोरम में। उन्होंने कहा कि जियो पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन में हमने अपने इंडस्ट्रीज को अमेरिका में कहा है कि आप चाइना नहीं जाके अल्टरनेटिव जगह खोजिए। और अल्टरनेटिव जगह कौन सी हो सकती है? स्वीट स्पॉट इंडिया ही है। जो इन्वेस्टमेंट वहां से डाइवर्ट होकर इंडिया में आने वाला है, वो मेरे हिसाब से इंडिया में आएगा, और इंडिया में सबसे पहले उड़ीसा में आएगा। उसी फोरम में एक इंडस्ट्रीज जो अमेरिका के थे, उन्होंने कहा कि हमें दो चीज की जरूरत बहुत, बाकी हम सब संभाल लेंगे। एक तो लैंड और एक ब्यूरोक्रेसी, और दोनों की तकलीफें उड़ीसा में नहीं है। इन्होंने बात की, सारी बातें हमारे शर्मा जी ने बता दी। रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, एनी एरिया यू सी। मैं एक नई चीज आज बोलने वाला हूं। हम लोगों ने, हमारी ये फैक्ट्री है जिसमें हम सेमीकंडक्टर और ग्लास, जो कि $30 बिलियन का इंपोर्ट है इंडिया में, उसकी पहल की है। और उड़ीसा में हम चाहते हैं, क्योंकि एक ऐसी जगह है जहां पर आज हमारे बच्चों को, 15-16 साल के बच्चों को अगर लैपटॉप 30-40 हज़ार रुपये में मिल जाए, जो कि आज 1.5 लाख में मिलता है, सेलुलर फोन, स्मार्टफोन 20 हज़ार में हम कहाँ से हमारे बच्चे अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं? वो 4-5 हज़ार में मिल जाए। अगर टीवी जो आज 60-70 हज़ार रुपये में लगता है, वो 7 हज़ार 8 हज़ार रुपये में मिल जाए, उसकी पहल चालू की है। और उसमें दो ही चीज़ें लगती हैं, एक सेमीकंडक्टर और ग्लास, वो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट है। जो क्लस्टर जो डेवलप हो रहा है, जिसके अंदर कम से कम सैकड़ों इंडस्ट्रियाँ, जापान की एक सिलिकॉन वैली तैयार हो रही है, वो उड़ीसा में हम पहल करेंगे। हम बातचीत चालू कर रहे हैं। जो अल्टरनेट सोर्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट, और जो बच्चे जो तैयार होंगे, अगर उनको जिस भी काम में जाना है, विंडो टू द वर्ल्ड इज द लैपटॉप। वो अपने आप पता करेंगे कि उसमें उनको कहाँ जाना है। उनको डांस में इच्छा है, उनके गाने में इच्छा है, उनको स्कल्पचर बनाने में इच्छा है, और कोई भी, हर आदमी में एक खासियत होती है, उसको डेवलप करना चाहते हैं। बिकॉज ऑफ लैपटॉप दे कैन डेवलप, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई एम लुकिंग फॉर द इंडिया। मैं और अपने बारे में क्या बताऊं, जो भी, अगर मैं ये इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क को उड़ीसा को समर्पित कर सका, इसमें मेरा कुछ भी नहीं है। मेरा एक ही है कि अगर 100-200 इंडस्ट्री हमारे पहल करने से अगर इंडस्ट्रियल पार्क बन जाए तो हम बीजू बाबू का, नवीन बाबू का एक जो सपना है उसको आगे बढ़ाएं, साकार कर दें। आज हम कालाहांडी में भी गए। कालाहांडी आज जो पूरी दुनिया में फेमस था, आज वो भात हांडी हो गया है। वहाँ चावल की पैदावार हर तरह से वहाँ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप हुआ है। उसका पूरा श्रेय हमारे नवीन बाबू को जाता है। मैं आप लोगों को सबको आह्वान करता हूँ, हम 22 साल से इस स्टेट में हैं, हमें कहीं कोई तकलीफें तो होती हैं। हम लोगों ने, सरकार ने, ब्यूरोक्रेट ने, सब ने मिलके कंधे से कंधा मिला के 80,000 करोड़ रुपए लगाया। और मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूँ कि आपको तकलीफ नहीं आएगी। हिंदुस्तान में सबसे अच्छा स्टेट ये है, आप आगे बढ़ें। आज पैसे की तकलीफ नहीं है, आज पूरी दुनिया हिंदुस्तान को देख रही है। आप जैसे एंटरप्रेन्योर कहीं नहीं है, आप आगे आएं, इंडस्ट्री यहाँ लगाएं, अपने को सक्सेस करें। यही मेरी दिल से कामना है। ऑल द बेस्ट। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Shri Anil Agarwal ji, for your extremely warm words. With operations in core sectors such as power generation, infrastructure, and cement manufacturing, the JSW Group has today grown into a global conglomerate. The group has significant investments in Odisha, and we are privileged to have with us Shri Sajan Jindal, Chairman JSW Group, here with us. May I please request him to kindly share his plans and vision of JSW Group's deep-rooted association with the state of Odisha.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, my colleagues on the dais from the industry, ministers of Odisha in the audience and on the dais, officers of the government of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I would like to congratulate Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu for organizing this fabulous event today, and the fact that three of us Jindals are here from the family. That shows that how important Odisha is for the country. And of course, my son is the fourth one who is also sitting on the dais. As always, it's a real honor to be here because as my predecessors, Shri Ellen Mittal ji and Shri Anil Agarwal ji mentioned, that Odisha is the state of India. It actually defines what India is. Odisha is taking the leadership position as an industrial state in our country. Other states are also doing very well, but I think under the leadership, able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, this state is progressing leaps and bounds. It is progressing, and I am talking from personal experience that over the last 5 years since I have started, I entered late in Odisha, but since I have started, I am seeing that what I have missed for over 20 years. So this state really deserves what it is doing today and is absolutely fantastic. And I have few reasons why I say that this state is what it is. Of course, my predecessors have already talked about it. So the fact is, one is the stable government. Naveen Babu is there for last 22 years. That brings a lot of stability for somebody who wants to come and invest in the state. You have a stable government. You have a transparent government. This government believes in transparency, empowerment of its people. So that is a very, very strong reason why this state is progressing so well. The development of human resource. I have personally seen how this state is spending money and effort in educating its people in the villages. I have seen how automated, how digital the schools are being made. Today, the government schools in the villages and in the cities are better than the private schools in the state of Odisha. And this I've seen from my own experience, from my own eyes. So the digital push that is being given to the schools. Just imagine what will happen after 10 or 15 years when these same children will come up for the jobs and for work. They will be highly educated, highly digitally educated, and that will be the strength of Odisha in 10 to 15 years' time. Second is the healthcare. The way healthcare is being promoted in Odisha is absolutely beyond imagination. It is probably one of the best states which is focusing on healthcare. Of course, industrial development and the infrastructure that is being created for developing industry, I don't need to mention because everybody has talked about it, and I'm sure other speakers will speak about it. But I must say that today you see on the stage large industry people. We are all building very high capital intensive large industries. But what this large industry development is doing is that it is giving a snowball effect to the MSME sector. We are going to see thousands and thousands of MSME sector supporting the large industries and benefiting out of the large industries. So that is what this state is doing to attract large industry and thereby attracting the MSME sector. As Mr. Hemant Sharma in his fabulous presentation mentioned, about 30 acres in 30 days, 50 acres in 50 days. But I was going to add that 3,000 acres don't take 3,000 days. So that need not be done. But I must say that that's not the case. It is really happening really fast. Well, as you know, that nature has endowed the state of Odisha with large amount of natural resource, a huge coast area for different ports which are already there, and more can be built. So Odisha has really taken advantage of this entire mineral resource that is there. When this law was changed, Odisha was the first state which did the auctioning of the minerals mines. No other state has, even many states have even today have not done the same thing what Odisha has done many years ago, and they are reaping the benefit. From a revenue of 10,000 crores a year, it is now over 40,000 crores a year that the mineral revenue the state is getting. And JSW Steel and JSW Group has a role to play in this entire uplift of the situation. The fourth area where I feel Odisha is very attractive is tourism. You know, I am so proud to say today, standing here, that as a Hindu, I feel very emotionally charged that what Odisha has done, what the state of Odisha has done, what Naveen Babu has done, is to rejuvenate all the temples of this state. All the Prachin Mandir of this state has been rejuvenated. If you go to Jagannath temple at Puri, you will see what a fabulous environment that has been created. After years of overcrowding of the temple, Naveen Babu has really taken it up. The Lingaraj temple here and so many other temples and the places like Konark temple. So this is what every state must replicate in their states to improve all our religious places, to make them of very high standard. So that because we feel really attached with all our religious places, and that's what has been done. You know, in the past, this was being done by the kings of Odisha. What the temples were built by them, the kings and all. Today, Naveen Babu is the king of Odisha, and that's why he's rejuvenating all these temples. So I really congratulate Naveen Babu. Another area which I feel state of Odisha has really taken the lead in the country is in the area of sports. No other state in the country has taken as much initiative in sports as the state of Odisha is taken. I am not saying this because I am standing in front of Naveen Babu, Honorable Chief Minister, or his officers, but I genuinely feel from my heart that the sports has been a big thrust from the state of Odisha. Hockey, which had lost its glory. Hockey is India's national sport. it had lost its glory. It is only because of state of Odisha that we won the Olympic medal in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. That is because of the state of Odisha. You see the swimming program, the athletics program, the basketball program, the badminton program, the stadiums, Kalinga Stadium that has been created. I have seen and visited every place because I am very passionate about sports. Coming from Haryana, I am very passionate. But Odisha has taken a leap over even Haryana as far as entire sports is concerned. Haryana has focused more on boxing and wrestling, but Odisha has taken in all the other areas, and I can assure you that in the years to come, sports will be led by Odisha and India will do much better in Olympics in the years to come. Coming to finally on the commitment of JSW, last time when I was here, I had said that Odisha state will be a $1 trillion economy. Where is one of the first states which will become a $1 trillion economy. It's a tall order because today Odisha is close to 100 billion. When I spoke last, it was 60 billion. We have already, Odisha has already moved a long way. But from 100 to a trillion is 10 times. But I'm sure Odisha will be one of the first states to become a $1 trillion economy, which is a huge, huge achievement. JSW's group had committed 60,000 crore investment in the last time when we met before COVID, 4 years ago. We have already invested over 30,000 crore and another 30,000 crore is underway. Today, I want to tell you that we want to commit another 1 lakh crore rupees in the state of Odisha in building various projects. I don't want to name them, but just a few is the steel plant in Paradeep, which will be one of the most beautiful and most green steel plant. That is what my dream is, my imagination is, and Honorable Chief Minister's dream and imagination also. We will build the silicon wafer plant, silicon metal plant, which will be used for making solar panels and stuff like that, which India imports 100%. There is no production of that product in India, and renewable power and many other areas that we are looking at. Finally, friends, I have a few suggestions, a couple of suggestions for the state of Odisha. One is on infrastructure. I would like to request and suggest to the Honorable Chief Minister and the state that infrastructure is one area that the more the government will invest, because only government can invest in infrastructure, whether it is railway corridors, whether it is highways. I know Mr. Hemant Sharma made the presentation, he talked about it. But I still believe that we have to go overboard in investment in infrastructure. The more we create infrastructure, the more ease of doing business will happen, more industries will come up. If we look at the model of China, we look at model of Japan, we look of any country, they have focused, the government has only focused on building infrastructure and creating environment for the industry to come up. So if that happens, then I think we will see a big investment, spurry of investment in our state of Odisha. So with this, friends, I have completed all my points, and I hope, I wish this Make in Odisha Conclave all the best. And thank you very much. Vande Utkal Janani. Dhanyabad. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Sajjan Jindal ji, for your kind address. Ladies and gentlemen, at the risk of repeating myself with all humility, may I please request our esteemed speakers to kindly keep their remarks very brief for 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you. Jindal Steel and Power operates some of India's most advanced steel manufacturing and power generation units with capacities of global scale. Driving the firm's growth is Shri Naveen Jindal, Chairman Jindal Steel and Power, and it is our proud privilege to have with us today. JSPL has been contributing significantly to the state's development through their state-of-art operations in Odisha. With these words, may I please request Shri Naveen Jindal to kindly enlighten us with his address.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Minister for Industries, Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, Chief Secretary, Shri Suresh Mahapatra ji, DGP, Mr. Bansal, Shri Ellen Mittal ji, Shri Anil Agarwal ji, who just scared us steel producers that now aluminum is going to be used to making steel railway wagons. So we'll have to think what to do. Sajan Bhaiya, you just heard him. He has always inspired me, guided me. Mr. Narendran, Ms. Soma Mandal, Chairperson of SAIL, President FICCI-elect, my friend Subrakant Panda, all the ambassadors, excellencies, my friends Puneet Dalmia, Vineet Mittal, Principal Secretary to Chief Minister, Mr. Pandian, Karan Narani, my friend Prashant Ruiya, Parth, Abhyuday, all the captains of industry sitting on the dais and off the dais, senior officials of Government of Odisha, all the fellow industrialists, businessmen from Odisha and from all over India who have come here today, friends from the media, ladies, gentlemen, aap sabhi ko mera namaskar. I would like to congratulate Government of Odisha and the Honorable Chief Minister for such a successful Make in Odisha conclave. It's not easy to get together so many people. So hats off to the efforts that people make, that the Principal Secretary, Hemant Sharma ji, has made to make this happen. And Hemant ji, that was one of the most impressive presentations. Watching your presentation, we are already investing, I would say, too much in Odisha. After seeing your presentation, we want to invest further much more and many more sectors. So friends, Odisha is my second home. But my number one, Karam Bhumi. I love to spend time here. After liberalization in 1990s, my father, Shri O.P. Jindal, and the legendary leader of India, Shri Biju Patnaik ji, they had dreamt of setting up a steel plant here. It did not happen then, but with their blessings, their two sons, both Naveens, have already set up Odisha's largest steel plant, which is now on way to become the world's single location largest and the greenest steel plant. And all the other sons also of O.P. Jindal, Sajan Bhaiya, Ratan Bhaiya, Parth, Abhyuday, every one of us is in Odisha to make that dream a reality. And much more. I don't think even they ever dreamt that so much of steel is going to be made in Odisha one day. So we are truly blessed to have come to Odisha and invested here more than 20 years ago. We really feel that Odisha is the role model for all other states for investment. Whenever I get invited to invest in other states, I always give them the example of Odisha. As we have seen in the presentation and before me, many speakers have said that Odisha is a very progressive state, and it's all thanks to the dynamic and gentleman Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Let's give him a big applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's very impressive, Odisha government's focus on skill development, promoting CSR, and encouraging investors to give back to the communities by building schools, hospitals. we have just started to work on building a multi-speciality hospital in Angul. The way so please do visit us, and thank you very much for inviting us to this conclave. Jai Hind, Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Shri Naveen Jindal, for your kind address. Moving on, with a diverse business portfolio in areas including steel, automobiles, communications, power, chemicals, hotels, consultancy services, IT, healthcare and education, and a market capitalization over 311 billion USD, Tata Group does not need much introduction. Established in the year 1868, the Tata Group is one of the oldest and largest conglomerates in India, with presence in more than 100 other countries. The group is a key stakeholder in the industrial development of the state and operates across several sectors. The first commercially operated iron ore mine in entire Asia was started by Tata Steel in Goru Mahisani in Mayurbhanj district of Odisha. Tata Steel also operates a state-of-the-art plant at Kalinganagar, Jajpur, with a capacity of 8 million tons, a plug-and-play industrial estate with DTA and SEZ areas in Gopalpur, and are also building the Suvarna Rekha port up north of Dhamra port. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, may I now invite Shri T.V. Narendran, CEO and MD of Tata Steel, requesting him to kindly address the august gathering.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Excellencies on the dais, my colleagues from the industry, other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege for us as the Tata Group and Tata Steel to be associated with the state of Odisha, and this association, as was just mentioned, goes back to over 100 years, even before the state of Odisha as it exists today was there. With significant investments by multiple Tata companies, including Tata Steel, Tata Power, TCS, Tata Consumer Products, Indian Hotels, and many others, the Tata Group employs over 50,000 people already in the state of Odisha directly, and another 50,000 people indirectly. The Tata Group of companies, and more specifically Tata Steel, has invested over 75,000 crores in the last 5 years, most of it since the last summit that we had, and we will continue to invest to grow in the state of Odisha for multiple reasons. We've seen that, as many of my colleagues from the industry have mentioned, that this is one of the easiest and most business-friendly states to operate in. It has a political stability, it has a business orientation, it has got very agile decision-making, an empowered group of bureaucrats, and a lot that one dreams for in many other states. Over the last few years, Tata Steel has not just built the Kalinganagar steel plant, which it continues to expand, but has also invested in acquiring the erstwhile Bhushan steel plant, as well as an Nilachal Ispat more recently. Today, we are already producing about 9 million tons of steel in Odisha, which makes us the largest steel producer in Odisha, and we plan to double this over the next few years as we expand in all our locations that we have in Odisha. We as a group and as Tata Steel have also continued to work with the communities in the state of Odisha in multiple areas, whether it's health, whether it's education, and of course, whether it's sports, and more specifically in the field of hockey. Again, all this has been possible because of the support that we've received from the Honorable Chief Minister and the government of Odisha over the years. It is no surprise to us that Odisha is one of the fastest industrializing states in India, with an industry growth rate higher than the national industrial growth rate, and an industry share of the state GDP which is higher than the national share of industry in the GDP of the country. Odisha has also been successful in creating an investment climate that is attracting investments in multiple sectors and from multiple companies from India and overseas. Odisha has successfully demonstrated how you can convert the wealth which lies below the ground to jobs, economic development, and prosperity above the ground. Odisha accounts for 1/4 of the steel capacity of the country today, and the share is expected to increase to 1/3 of the steel capacity during this decade. This is a great opportunity for the state of Odisha, because the state of Odisha has a potential during this decade to produce as much steel as what India is producing today. And the state of Odisha is blessed with a coastline in addition to mineral wealth. Today, there are countries in the world which import iron ore and export steel, and that's about 150 million tons of steel exports going from countries which import iron ore. Odisha alone has a potential to convert that iron ore into steel and occupy the space that can be vacated by these countries. As the steel industry in general and Tata Steel in particular plan these expansions, a few areas where I think the government needs to focus on. I know we've got a lot of help in these areas, but obviously as we plan our expansion, we want the government also to keep pace with our plans. And I think one area, as was mentioned by Mr. Sajan Jindal earlier, is infrastructure, because steel, any steel plant means movement of 3 to 4 times the material that you're producing, and that means the rail infrastructure, the port infrastructure, the road infrastructure, all that needs to be upgraded much more than it is today to keep up with the pace of steel investments that's happening. Secondly, the provision of adequate power, and more importantly, the infrastructure to support that. Raw material security through sustainable policies supporting sustainable mining, facilitation of installing of slurry pipelines because that helps in moving the raw materials that's required to the steel plants, and also obviously making sure, as we've always had, the support that is required to move fast on these investments. Once again, a great privilege for us as a group, for us as Tata Steel, to be associated with the state of Odisha, and I wish this investment summit all the very best. I'm sure if the past is any indication to go by, the future looks bright. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Narendran, for your warm address. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us the Gen Next from the Jindal family, Shri Abhuday Jindal, the scion of JSPL, and I request Shri Abhuday Jindal to request Honorable Chief Minister and jointly lay their foundation stone of Jindal Stainless Steel Park. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. As the saying goes, the proof of the pudding lies in eating, and as a culmination of the Herculean efforts put together during the 9 road shows across the country, we have the pudding to eat it too. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have the MOU exchange ceremony for the various proposals received today. May I request the officials to kindly escort the MOU holders to the designated areas, and requesting Shri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary Industries, to join the delegation of MOU holders. Requesting the MOU holders to please join in with Principal Secretary Industries for a photo op. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for the MOU exchange ceremony for the various proposals received for Make in Odisha 2022. Representatives of the companies with their various proposals which they have submitted to the Government of Odisha and as part of the MOU exchange. Requesting all those representatives who have already taken the photograph to please go back to the respective seats, and requesting the next batch of MOU holders to kindly join Shri Hemant Sharma on the desk for the next photo op. Thank you, Shri Sharma. A household name The metal to infrastructure behemoth Adani Group is heavily invested in our state. From Dhamra port to iron beneficiation has already drawn his interests. The Adani Group is also venturing into data centers and other sectors. And I would like to invite Shri Karan Adani to kindly come here and share his thoughts with us.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, distinguished leaders and administrators, captains of industries, and my dear friends. Thank you very much for your invitation to speak at the third edition of the Make in Odisha Conclave. I am honored to be here among so many of India's top industrialists. I started to come regularly to Bhubaneswar since our acquisition of Dhamra port in 2014. I was 26 then, and over the years, I have grown to love this great city and state. This is the temple city of India, known for its convergence of our country's Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain cultures. This is the city that forms the holy golden triangle, along with the breathtaking beauty of the city of Puri and the city of Konark that hosts the three images of the sun god. And this is the city that today continues to transform under the leadership of its beloved leader, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Honorable Chief Minister, there could not be a greater reflection of the love, confidence, and the faith that the people of your state have in you than the fact that you are in your 5th term as the leader of the state of Odisha. Your empathy and social-based style of leadership are truly inspiring. The best manifestation of your style of leadership are the social schemes you are implementing, along with the strong discipline you bring to governance. Be it the Kaliya Yojana, or the Mission Shakti, or the game-changing Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana health scheme that covers almost 1 crore families, or the generous dietary stipend to the sportsperson, or the smart classroom you have built in the most rural parts of the state. These are all game-changing initiatives for the upliftment of the society and gives everyone the confidence to aspire. Equally impressive is your 5T program that focuses on teamwork, technology, transparency, transformation, and time limit, and ensures that the performance of your officials is judged on these 5 factors. Now, allow me to outline Adani Group's plan for Odisha. Our primary interests here are in ports and logistics, industrial clusters and special economic zone, power generation, transmission and distribution, integrated natural resource management, renewable energy, data center, defense, cement, and agribusiness. We are leaders in all our core businesses, and Odisha is one of the most important states for the Adani Group. Your guidance has led us to great strides in Dhamra. According to our revised master plan, the Dhamra port will have 35 berths with a massive 315 million tons in port capacity. It is the first port in India to receive environment clearance for more than 300 million tons. We are thankful to the High-Level Clearance Authority for approving our proposal to set up a 4 million ton per annum alumina refinery and a 30 million tons per annum iron ore project. Honorable Chief Minister, the alignment between progress, state development, and job creation is an essential part of all the investments that we have made. I am delighted to say that our investments in the state of Odisha continues to accelerate. Over the last 5 years, Adani Group has already invested 20,000 crores as we have gone about developing LNG terminal, the Dhamra port, and our mining activities. The number of direct jobs created has already touched 10,000 and indirect at 30,000. Our continuing commitment to Odisha is showcased in our planned capital investment that will exceed 60,000 crores over the next 5 years. In closing, let me say that along with our investment, we continue to expand our social activities across Odisha via the Adani Foundation. One new activity we have been very closely monitoring is the formation of Women Producers Group that works to train women from Dhamra's Gram Panchayats and teach them to be self-reliant. I believe this program will be a game changer and help augment Odisha's wide-ranging social programs. Honorable Chief Minister, it is said that in the 18th century, when the British first saw the Rath Yatra in honor of Lord Jagannath, they were so amazed that they introduced a new English word, Juggernaut, meaning unstoppable force. Today, you are the Juggernaut, shaping the unstoppable future of this great state. Once again, thank you for your inspiration, guidance, and support. I look forward to doing our part to help build Odisha that you continue to shape. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri Karan Adani, for your warm address. Ladies and gentlemen, you had just witnessed the MOU exchange photo up with Shri Hemant Sharma and the MOU holders. So I would just like to take the names of the companies who have signed the MOUs. So please do give a big round of applause after I announce their names. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India Limited, JSW Limited, Renew Power, Avada Ventures Private Limited, Acme Clean Tech Solutions Private Limited, the Vari Energies Limited, My Home, Kalyani Steels Limited, Ocure Energy Holding Limited, Oil India Limited, SR Group, Rungta Metals Private Limited, the SMS India, Denali Chorus Refractory Solutions Private Limited, Divya Shakti India Private Limited, SLN Spinning Mills India Private Limited, the Satlaj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, NTPC, Indraprastha Gas Limited, and Aditya Birla Renewables Limited. Once again, let's have a big round of applause for the MOU holders. Carrying on, ladies and gentlemen, we have next Renew Power, which was established in 2011 and is one of India's leading renewable energy companies in terms of total energy generation capacity. Since commencing operations with a 25.2 megawatt wind project in Jasdan, Gujarat, the company has grown exponentially and has a current renewable asset of over 13 gigawatt, including projects under development and also in the pipeline. In October 2019, Renew Power became the first RE company in India and 10th globally to cross 5 gigawatts of installed capacity. In 11 years of its operation, Renew Projects has generated many jobs directly and indirectly. They're now venturing out in the field of green hydrogen, green ammonia, and have chosen Odisha to be their destination of choice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us Srimati Vaishali Nigam Sinha, Chief Sustainability Officer, Renew Power, and may I request her to kindly address us.
Honorable Chief Minister, respected Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Ministers and Senior Officers of the Odisha Government, leaders of the industry, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. On behalf of Renew Power, I'd like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for inviting us for this momentous day in Odisha's growing status as a favored investment destination. Renew Power, as was just stated, was set up in 2011 by Sumant. Our first project was a 25 megawatt project in Jasdan in Gujarat. This was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. So compared to all the industry captains here, we are fairly young and fairly young even in Odisha. But we are really encouraged by the experience of our colleagues here and are really looking forward to doing business in the state of Odisha. Since the time of our first project, we have grown over 500 times to reach a portfolio of 13,000 megawatts, of which 8,200 megawatts are operational. We have been pioneers in the area of green finance, and we are also the first renewable energy company which got listed on NASDAQ in the United States. Recently, we have diversified into manufacturing of green hydrogen, the clean fuel of the future to replace fossil fuels in all sectors, especially transportation, steel, and fertilizers. Our partner institutions in India are IOC and L&T. At COP27, we also signed a framework agreement with the government of Egypt to set a green hydrogen plant in the Suez Economic Zone. We were one of the only companies to be invited from Asia by the Egyptian government to sign this framework agreement. We look forward to, as has just been announced, the opportunity to work in the area of green hydrogen in the state of Odisha. So thank you so much for the opportunity. At Renew, we go beyond business. For us, we do purpose-driven business, and that's the aim we have in Odisha as well. We are highly encouraged to see the inclusive development which is taking place in Odisha. We look forward to contributing towards that, and inclusive growth, engaging women and children. The smart classrooms, which I've been hearing about by all the industry captains, is an area where we are looking at partnering with the government to ensure that they're not only smart, but these are green classrooms as well. So with the blessings of the Chief Minister, we look forward to our entry in the state to help the state move forward in the direction of green and clean energy. Thank you so much. Namaste and Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Ms. Nigam, for your kind address. Ladies and gentlemen, the Avada Group is India's leading integrated energy group with business interests in renewable power generation, solar module manufacturing, electrolyzer manufacturing, and green ammonia production. The Avada Energy, established in the year 2017, is a flagship company of the Avada Group and is one of the fastest growing renewable energy companies in India. The renewable energy arm has consistently been a top performer in the Indian RE space. It has commissioned a few of India's largest renewable energy projects across 11 states. At the helm of affairs is Shri Vineet Mittal, an alumnus of the Harvard Business School and a serial entrepreneur himself. We are very pleased to have him with us, and may I now request him to kindly share his thoughts with us.
Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Odisha, dignitaries on the dais, Shri Hemant Sharma, Secretary of Industries, Government of Odisha, distinguished guests, friends from industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege and an honor to be among you all for the eventful Invest Odisha Conclave 2022. I grew up in Calcutta and have often been to Jagannath Puri as a kid and have fond memories of the place. It has always amazed me to see how large Jagannath is intimately connected to Odisha's social, culture and religious life. We are a renewable energy business and sunlight is core of our existence. Odisha is home to famous Saint Temple at Kunak, a UNESCO heritage site built in 13th century. It is a testimony to the fact that people have recognized the enormous power of sun well before others. On one hand, Odisha has large forest covers visible when you are traveling through the hinterland. On the other hand, as Secretary Sir was explaining, it has large mining and other industry. The perfect blend of industrial development and preservation of nature is hard to achieve. And my congratulations to the state for such a feat in the current era where there is enormous emphasis on sustainable development. Odisha can be guiding light to many. One of the biggest positive of Odisha is its political stability. Policy consistency is an essential prerequisite for industrial growth, and Odisha has the biggest advantage on that front. Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Chief Minister, has been at the helm of affair for past 2 decades, and which speaks of volume of his popularity with the masses and reflection on his pro-people policies. Under the able leadership of Shri Patnaik, Odisha is among India's fastest growing economy. In the year 2021 and 22, despite the second and third wave of COVID-19, the state GSDP has grown at the rate of 10.1%, which was much higher than the national growth of 8.8%. I applaud the government for all its achievement. And after the central government announced the national green hydrogen policy, we have selected Odisha to set up our green ammonia, green hydrogen project. It gives me great happiness to share that when we visited Odisha a few months after the policy and expressed our interest to invest in the state, we were welcomed with open arms. The response received surpassed our expectation, following which we had many rounds of fruitful discussion with senior officials of the state government. I am pleased to announce that Avada has decided to invest billions of dollars in Odisha when we are convinced in massive potential of the state, and we are proud to partner with Odisha as it moves towards its next orbit of growth through decarbonization and investment into the green energy. Our investment will include investment in construction of green ammonia plant, renewable energy projects. Green hydrogen and its derivative are considered new oil, and with a strong emphasis of Government of India on decarbonizing Indian economy, Odisha has potential to become the green hydrogen hub, not only for the domestic market, but also for the global market, as demand from Europe, Japan, Korea, etc. are increasing based on their mandate. I am glad that government recognized this as a thrust sector. The support we have received from industry and energy department has been unparalleled, and I would like to congratulate Honorable Chief Minister for such a wonderful team. We look forward to signing the final agreement with the state government and started working on the project. We aim to work very closely with the government of Odisha on the project. On behalf of entire renewable sector, I would again like to congratulate the entire team of government of Odisha, which has put in tireless effort in organizing such a successful event. Right from when I left my home in Bombay, I saw various hoarding to the airport, to the time you land. I think you guys have done an awesome job. Thank you and wish you all the best. Jai Hind, Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Mr. Vineet Mittal, for your very warm address. Established in 1927, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry is one of the largest and oldest apex business organizations in India. As a national industry partner for Make in Odisha Conclave 2022, FICCI has worked shoulder to shoulder with the government of Odisha in organizing this conclave. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now invite Shri Subrakant Panda, President-elect FICCI, and also Managing Director of IMFA, requesting him to kindly address us.
Shri Naveen Patnaik, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Pratap Keshri Deb, Honorable Minister for Industry, Energy and MSME, dignitaries on and off the dais, excellencies and members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished industry leaders, senior officials of the government of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the government of Odisha under the able leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Babu for organizing the third edition of Make in Odisha Conclave. Sir, FICCI is a proud partner of this flagship event, and I appreciate the opportunity to engage with your government to promote Odisha and the limitless prospects that it represents. The large gathering of business leaders, country delegations, and senior diplomats reaffirms the emergence of Odisha as one of the most attractive investment destinations in India as a result of a facilitative business environment, pragmatic policies, and skilled manpower, along with transparency and stability in governance. It is headed towards becoming a manufacturing powerhouse with the potential of $1 trillion GSDP, thus making it an integral part of the India growth story. Meticulous planning and flawless execution have been the hallmark of the state government, whether it is in the handling of natural calamities or extending support to the public and industry during the pandemic or organizing this conclave. We at FICCI have seen from close quarters the intricate planning for this event, and Honorable CM's presence at pre-summit roadshows in Dubai and various parts of the country showed his personal commitment to the state's development and gave confidence to both existing and prospective investors. From a state known for its mineral resources, and that too with limited value addition at the turn of the century, as you heard, Odisha is today not only the country's leading producer of steel, stainless steel, alumina, and aluminium, but it has also been able to attract leading investors and diversify its manufacturing base. All of this has been made possible by industry-ready infrastructure, and of course, the state has the cheapest industrial power tariff, and skilled in Odisha manpower is an added advantage. Odisha has always had strengths in mineral-based industries, but what is striking is the endeavor of the state government to boost investments in sectors which are new and emerging and futuristic, such as defense and aerospace, IT, electronics, biotech, renewable energy, and many more. It is the outcome of a dynamic administration which is in tune with investors' needs, as evidenced by a flurry of decisions approved by the state cabinet yesterday, including IPR 2022, and sector-specific policies designed to attract investment. As a partner, FICCI has supported the state government by giving its inputs for curating various sessions, reached out to investors and relevant speakers, and is, of course, been involved in the overall organization of the conclave. FICCI has been closely associated in many sectors, and I look forward to further deepening our engagements with the state. Ladies and gentlemen, I also represent IMFA, which is a homegrown company established 61 years ago. We are proud of our roots in Odisha and thankful for the support we have received to get this far. With a large asset base and operations at multiple locations, we provide employment to more than 6,500 people and are a leading earner of foreign exchange. It speaks volumes when an existing investor commits to further investment in the state. I must convey my gratitude to the state government and its various agencies for the speed and efficiency with which our expansion plan received approval, followed by land allocation. We have actually Mr. Hemant Sharma mentioned about 100 acres in 100 days. I think we did it in a little bit less than that. We look forward to bringing the project to fruition and be a small but vital cog in the wheel of Odisha's journey. Honorable Chief Minister, you have a unique connect with the people of Odisha, and your vision for sustainable and inclusive growth has borne fruit with significant investment commitments at previous editions of MIO, and I have no doubt that new benchmarks will be set this year. As the incoming president of FICCI, I assure you of my personal commitment to proactively work with your government and various stakeholders for the state's development. Odisha will be front and center in FICCI's action plan for the coming year, and I hope to bring the organization's rich legacy of 95 years and vast membership base to bear in a positive manner. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Shri Panda, for your kind address. They say rewards and recognition go a long way in motivating us. And as they say, rewards delayed, it's rewards denied. Keeping in line with such thought process, we have lined up our IIF holder felicitation. My request are officials to kindly bring the IIF holders to the designated dais and request Shri Hemant Sharma, Principal Secretary Industries, to join them to do the honors. So ladies and gentlemen, I will now be taking the names batch-wise. So please join as you hear the name of your company. Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited, Luminous Power Technologies Private Limited, Berger Paints India Limited, Varun Beverages, IFB Agro, TRL Krosaki, TVS Supply Chain Solutions, TYK Corporation, Silox India Private Limited, and Fogla Corporation. Please join at the designated dais along with Sri Hemant Sharma. Let's have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We will now move on to the next batch. Sarvesh Refractory, Sanvira Industries Limited, Sri Chakrapoli Plast India Private Limited, Musaddi Lal Projects Private Limited, Odisha Alloy Steel Private Limited, Sapingen Biologics Private Limited, Dodla Dairy Limited, Sanmar Group, Anadrome Systems Private Limited, and Atha Group. Please join in the designated dais. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your applause going. Let's encourage them. Thank you. We will now move to the third batch. Aarti Steels Limited, Shri Ma Group, MSP Sponge Iron Limited, Prayan Odisha, Metatalks, Kashvi Group, VCI Chemical Industries Private Limited, Signet Emertech Private Limited, SAPL Industries Private Limited, Parry Enterprises India Limited, Heiko Engineers Private Limited, Cotton World, and MTC Group. Many congratulations. We now move to the fourth batch. Shanti GD Ispat and Private Power Private Limited, Reliable Sponge, Chala Infatrek Private Limited, Thakur Prasad Sao and Sons, United Ferrocast Private Limited, Kai Group, Environ Care Infra Solutions Private Limited, New Lakshmi Steel and Power Private Limited, Times Steel and Power Private Limited, SJ Environmental Solutions, Golden Horn Containers Hub Private Limited, MVM Group, Shalimar Wire, Durga Dairy. Thank you. So with that, we complete the photo and moving on. Under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, our state of Odisha has become the destination of choice for international investments as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 partner countries: Japan, the land of rising sun; Norway, the land of the midnight sun; and Germany, the land which has given the Ruhr Valley to the world. Odisha is also known as the Ruhr of India, with plentiful availability of iron ore, coal, and the partnership can be traced back to the establishment of the Raulkela steel plant with German technology and assistance. Norway has taken the lead in pioneering efforts towards green energy, and we are lucky to have His Excellency with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite His Excellency Mr. Hans Jacob Frydenlund, Ambassador of Norway to India, and may I request him to kindly address us.
Hello. Honorable Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, fellow diplomats, ministers, distinguished guests, dear friends. Norway is delighted to participate in the Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 as a partner country. And thank you, Chief Minister, for the invitation to join the juggernaut. I must commend you for your leadership in organizing this flagship event, bringing businesses, officials, and international partners together. In my delegation today, I have with me major Norwegian companies based in India. And you may ask, why are we here? Because from the outset, we might look very different. Norway is far away, and the climate is really different. Odisha is half the size of Norway, but contains almost 10 times more inhabitants. I will say, in one aspect, we really identified with Odisha. At the turn of the last century, Norway was one of the poorest countries in Europe, if not the poorest. At the turn of this century, Odisha were one of the poorest states of India. Norway has had an above-average growth rate since, like Odisha, climbing up the ladder step by step. And in this respect, we really feel a connect with Odisha. But Odisha, as been pointed out, is resource-rich. Norway is resource poor. We have a huge territory compared with population because only 3% of the area is arable. So we have a few resources. We have the oceans and we have energy. And that is what has been the basis of our economy, and that has been the base of our wealth. And that's where we see that we can actually make a difference. There we see that we can bring something to Odisha. There we see that we have something, an area where we can cooperate. Odisha has a coastline. Odisha has opportunities when it comes to maritime and marine industries. We are both energy states, and we're all grappling with actually moving from fossil fuel to renewable. And that is where we do have our focus. And in this respect, we bring with us companies which are on the forefront in the energy sector and in the forefront in moving ahead into the renewable age. If it's linked to hydroelectric power, if it's linked to solar power, and if it's linked to hydrogen. Norway was the first country that started to produce green hydrogen a century ago, and the largest production capacities and facilities ever were built in Norway, and therefore we have something to actually share in this respect on the whole value chain and when it comes to know-how. That's why we're here, by actually combining cooperation in the commercial fields, but also to help solve the great problems of our world today, the climate and environment crisis. And we really are looking forward in the coming days to discuss how we can make this concrete in a way where we both make sure that we move out of fossil fuel and into renewable energy, into circular economy in a way that strengthens the economy, that we have a sustainable industry. And here, there's see a lot of untapped potential, and I have to say, we're here because Norwegian companies asked us to come here. And that's why we really put emphasis on this conclave. And we're happy to be here, and we're looking forward to discuss more issues like the ones I mentioned, but also offshore wind, carbon capture and storage, and green shipping. So I'm looking forward to the deliberations, very constructive deliberations during the conclave, and also wishing you all a successful event. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your warm words. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan is a key country partner of ours with major investments in the steel manufacturing, food processing, metal ancillary and downstream. May I request His Excellency Hiroshi Suzuki-san, Ambassador of Japan to India, requesting him to kindly address us.
ओडिशा के माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पटनायक जी, देवियों और सज्जनों, नमस्कार। मेरा नाम हिरोशी सुजुकी है और मैं बातुरात में जापानी राजदूत नियुक्त हूँ। आज एक पार्टनर कंट्री के तौर पर Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 में शामिल होकर मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है। मैं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री पटनायक जी और इस आयोजन से संबंधित सभी के प्रति अपना हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूँ। मैं 9 नवंबर को भारत आया। I have served Prime Minister Shinzo Abe as his private secretary for foreign affairs for 7.5 years. As such, I have seen up close how he endeavored to propel Japan-India relations to a whole new height. Of course, diplomatic, security cooperation, people-to-people exchange cooperation, but one important major pillar, of course, was strengthening economic relations. So when he had a chance to meet Japanese top business leaders, he would always say, if you are considering making new investment overseas, I recommend investing in India. So राजदूत का नया पद ग्रहण करने के बाद अपनी पहली क्षेत्रीय यात्रा के रूप में भुवनेश्वर का दौरा करने की मुझे बहुत खुशी है। ये वर्ष 2022 जापान और भारत के बीच राजनयिक संबंधों की स्थापना की 70वीं वर्षगांठ है। ऐसे में हमारे दोनों देशों के बीच के आर्थिक संबंधों को मजबूत करना सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं ओडिशा के आर्थिक विकास के लिए माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी के अतुलनीय नेतृत्व का हार्दिक सम्मान करता हूँ। इस वर्ष मार्च में हमारे दोनों देशों ने आने वाले 5 वर्षों में जापान से भारत की ओर सरकारी और निजी निवेश तथा फाइनेंसिंग के लिए 5 ट्रिलियन जापानी येन का लक्ष्य निर्धारित किया है। इस लक्ष्य को पूरा करने के लिए मैं ओडिशा को स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट रखना चाहूँगा। When Prime Minister Abe took office back in late 2000, I traced statistics, and in 2008, only 3 Japanese companies were investing and operating in the state of Odisha. Now, Prime Minister Abe stepped down in his second administration in 2000, and by that time, the number of Japanese companies investing in the state of Odisha has almost become 20-fold. So if Prime Minister Abe were standing here today, I'm sure he would say, if you are considering making new investment, I recommend investing in Odisha. Today, as many as 58 Japanese companies are actively operating in the state of Odisha. To name a few in particular, Nippon Steel, JF Steel, for example, they have been long operating here in Odisha, of course in the area of steel. Now this afternoon, we will have a Japan session where 4 Japanese companies will make presentations. First, Indonesian, and Indonesian is famous for its instant food such as top ramen noodles. And then TYK Corporation, which will make presentation in the steel sector. And then third, Mitsubishi Corporation. Of course, it's a leading global trading company, which will make presentation on people-to-people exchange. And finally, Fujisoft will make a presentation on IT. So I hope their presentations will bring you most up-to-date on their current activities, and hope you will make new connections. Make in India or make in Odisha ko barawa dene men puri lagan se सहायता करूंगा। मैं आज सभी प्रतिभागियों के अच्छे स्वास्थ्य और खुशी की कामना करता हूँ। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
माननीय हिरोशी सुजुकी सान, आपके संबोधन के लिए हम आपको हृदय से धन्यवाद करते हैं। Every year in the month of Margasira on Thursday, every Odia household prays to Goddess Lakshmi for prosperity and wealth, also known as the Margasira Guruvar Puja. Today is the last Thursday dedicated for this auspicious puja. We all know that Odisha is a very rich and diverse state in every aspect. However, it lacked Goddess Lakshmi's blessings for many years. When our Honorable Chief Minister took over the reins of power for the state, he also brought along with him Goddess Lakshmi's blessings of abundance and prosperity. With his foresightedness, pioneering vision, and a deep compassion for his people, he took Odisha on a path of prosperity, abundance, and stability. Ladies and gentlemen, on this auspicious occasion, it is indeed my absolute honor to invite our most beloved Chief Minister, not just in Odisha, but all over India, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, and may I please request him to kindly address us.
Dignitaries on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to industry leaders, investors, and all delegates present here for the third edition of the Make in Odisha Conclave. I am happy to welcome our country partners, the ambassadors of Japan and Norway, and the Consul General of Germany. Welcome to the land of new opportunities. Welcome to Odisha. Odisha is fast emerging as a major investment destination in the country. We are a progressive state with clear focus on transformation in all sectors. Stable governance is the cornerstone of peace, prosperity, and progress. We have an unprecedented mandate from the electorate due to our continued performance over the last 2 decades. Our citizen-centric governance model has set global benchmarks. Initiatives like Mo Sarkar and 5T Charter give dignity and respect to our people. Our inclusive development agenda emphasizes on education, health, skill development, agriculture, women's empowerment, tribal development, and so on. Mission Shakti, comprising 70 lakh women, is a unique empowerment initiative. Our health assurance scheme, BSKY, is a milestone in the public health sector. Participatory governance ensures that gains are shared across all sections of society. We have been able to reduce poverty by 50% while doubling the farmers' income over the last 2 decades. Our fiscal prudence and economic management has been appreciated across the country. We are one of the few states with adequate revenues to undertake large-scale infrastructure projects. Our investor-friendly initiatives and transformatory governance has put us on a journey of progress and prosperity. I invite each one of you to come join us on this journey. I assure you that our government will run the extra mile to make you comfortable in our state. We will walk along your side and make sure your dreams as an entrepreneur are realized. Odisha's prosperity is interlinked with new investments. We completely understand this, and therefore we welcome you from the core of our hearts. We offer you better than the best. Our industrial policy provides the support and incentives which are beyond the best in the country. We are launching new policies in the sectors of tourism, renewable energy, apparel and textiles, food processing, exports, and so on. We will continue to work with each one of you and understand your requirements and provide the best support systems. As all of you know, Odisha is a major force in the field of mining and mineral-based industries. The state has attracted major investments in steel and aluminum projects and will emerge as the global hub in these sectors by the turn of this decade. However, we are ambitious to develop Odisha in other sectors too. We are making huge capital investment in improving our transport infrastructure, expressway, railways, airports, seaports. We are a pioneer in electricity reforms and have successfully created the framework and investment towards providing quality, affordable energy. Our focus on creating quality education through high schools, transformation, world-class higher educational institutions, Skilled in Odisha program, the World's Skills Center, providing quality, affordable healthcare systems will enable social capital and support the industry with highly qualified human resources. Odisha is destined to become a $1 trillion economy in the near future. We will emerge as the gateway to the East and Southeast Asia. I invite you to come and invest in a new Odisha. Come, join the Juggernaut. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your noteworthy address. Now is the time to have the icing on the cake, which is the launch of the industrial Policy Resolution IPR 2022, the guiding book which will give us a right direction to ensure right frame of action. Indeed, an iconic moment, ladies and gentlemen. The unveiling of the Industrial Policy Resolution IPR 2022 by our Honorable Chief Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, we conclude the plenary session. Thank you very much for being here with us. May I invite you all to kindly join us for lunch and also join the sectoral sessions that has been planned for today and the coming 2 days. Dhanyavad, Namaskar, Vande Utkal Janani.